Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host Nathan Oakley, and if you're new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live. There's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using stock accounts. You'll be warmly welcomed back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now we are joined by The Plain Truth, Sleeping Warrior, Ranty Flat Earth, Paul, Mind Warp, Chocolate Saiyan, Arwin and 10th Man. Very good to have you all.
Hello.
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 G'day, mate. Or
Hey.
mates, I should say.
So on yesterday's show, Mind Warped showed us that Rottnest Island was visible very clearly with the naked eye from a certain position near his home, and he took a few photographs with his camera phone and then demonstrated a discrepancy in Google Earth. He then went to a different location and took some new pictures that demonstrated the same thing and had Rottnest Island in the Google Earth Street View. So I think that's enough introduction. I'm hoping I can now pass over to Mind Warped and he can give you a bit more of an explanation of what he did and what he captured. So over to you, Mind Warped. You're now presented.
Thank you. Yeah, so following on from yesterday, if you missed the show, I hang on, oh shit. Is my screen shared?
Yeah, you're all shared. You're all ready to go.
All right, cool, brilliant. All right, so start. Okay, so I showed this yesterday. I specifically showed this image because I wanted to make a point of this is the landmark. You see this guy in the pool here. And he is directly across from the ocean, and you should see Rottnest Island here. Okay, so this is I've recorded this live on a screen capture app on my phone while I was actually in the location parked here. So this is just Google Street View. Then I parked up and I'm in the exact same location, and you can see if I try to speed up a little bit, Rottnest Island really clearly. And then it also pans across and you can see I'm in the same location. That's the pool where that guy was sitting, and that's where I left the show yesterday, right? Left it at that, and my experiment was last time we did this, Google changed the Street View image. So working on Perth time, I did this at 10:15 last night. So I then woke up at 7 o'clock this morning. So 10, 11, 12, 13. So let's say 8 hours roughly. I woke up, I checked Street View, and it showed this. It had changed. So there is now a dog there. There's a dude drinking a beer, same location. They changed the image. And I even moved down a little bit. You can still see there's now a dog there. And then I moved down a little bit. So you can see on another view, the guy's actually just below that pillar. He was here before, and now he's miraculously got a dog. And that's probably an even better one. You can kind of make out a little bit of the island there now, but not really. But I just wanted to show that, something going on there. It was really weird. And then, okay, so this is the kicker. So I showed this to Nathan on Skype and Arwen. And then literally within an hour of showing them this, Street View reverted back to the original, which is the guy in the pool again with no dog. You get what I say? See what I'm getting at here? So
It's like
I
they made
brought it up.
change. So you told us that it had changed, showed us the change that had been made, and then it reverted back to the original before you got to actually present
What?
it here now. But you caught it.
Yeah, and I timestamped everything. So I put the timestamps here, so you can see here. I did it. I did the screen capture on my mobile phone at 11:56 yesterday morning, and then I also then filmed it live at 12 o'clock. So 6 minutes later, then I recorded it at 7 o'clock the next morning, and that's when it had changed. And then I messaged you, Nathan, roughly it was an hour before this next one. So this next one's at 8:15. I messaged you at around about 7 o'clock this evening, my time. And then as soon as I did that, it reverted back to its original image. So I don't know if they've gone, oh shit, they've realized we've done it. Let's quickly revert back. I don't know. I'm just saying it's a bit weird, but
what you've got to realize is that, you know, if you think that we're not having any kind of surveillance done, you're sadly mistaken. These guys are probably listening to the Skype calls and everything.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought, okay, well, we're on Hangouts. So obviously, that's all Google, but I message through Skype. So, but then I've got a Galaxy Note which is running Android. So, man, it's crazy.
A bit like Mick West changing his curve calculator in retrospect. You know, first he got rid of the bulge, then he's put a caveat in about filming observations over water, all this kind of stuff. They're doing it they're literally responding to what we find. So it's nothing new, but it's very good that you've actually captured that.
Yeah, I just really wanted to prove that like Google will change things to fit the narrative of the globe. Like I specifically chose that location because I knew if it changed, I'd be able to pick it up, and it worked perfectly. I didn't say that at the time, but I was watching it and I timestamped it, and it worked perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen similar things. I'm sure we mentioned it on yesterday's show. I don't think Anthony was here at the time. Maybe he was. But we've seen Google change before our very eyes. Somebody's causing a whole load of feedback. I think it's you, Travis.
That's
It was
weird.
more the fact that
I'm just sitting here listening.
it was more the fact that it happened straight after I messaged you, Nathan. You know, like as soon as I messaged you, it reverted back. I just thought that was the strangest part. It was really weird.
Okay, we've actually got Discord server as well, so say a quick hello to everyone in Discord. Hello, how you all doing?
Hello.
Ahoy hoy.
Hey, Mind Warp.
Thank you for presenting
Yeah, man.
that, Mind
What's
Warp.
up?
It's very much appreciated.
Morning, good night, wherever you are.
That's all right. I thought it was. I know it's a bit off topic, but yeah, I just thought it was interesting that you can't always trust what you see on Google.
Well, it's not off topic. It's not off topic at all.
No, it's not off topic at all. I agree. And well done. But you got to realize Google, Facebook, Twitter, Skype, WeChat, the TV with the camera looking at you in your living room while you're watching it, your cell phone. These are all spying devices.
Oh, it's been proven. Yeah.
Of course. I mean, where does the dog come from? That picture. How does the dog get there?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. They might have like two images that they've. I don't know how it works, but yeah.
Well, first of all,
it changed.
they could have taken the picture with the dog, and then they could have taken the picture when the dog wasn't there. But how is it timed to where it changes after you talk about it?
Exactly. It happened straight after, and then as soon as I started, so it changed when I brought it up on the show. It I went to sleep straight after. It could have changed within a couple of hours, but I didn't check until I got up the next morning. And then once I finished work today, I spoke to Nathan when I got home, showed him what I'd found, and then after I showed him, it had reverted back literally straight away.
I've
So-
taken Google pictures of things before, and I like my property from an aerial view, and then I go to look at it 3 months later, it's still the same picture. What I'm understanding you saying is that it was this one picture, then it was one with the dog, and then it reverted back to another picture, all within a tight time frame. Correct?
Exactly, all within a day.
Yeah, well,
It was
that's
not even-
ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And it had to have been tied into what I was doing. There's no other. Why would they change that specific area twice? There's no need to. Why would they change it and then change it back? And
You're
in the
answering
second one,
you're answering the question. Because of
but
you.
in the second one, yeah, exactly. But in the second one, you could actually see rottenness in it a little bit. And then I don't know, they changed it back again. So yeah.
They're letting you know
I might be.
that they know.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit scared. Not that I've
Nah.
got anything to worry about, but I mean, like, really, I mean, like, far out, Orwellian. Tell you what.
Yep. Good job. Well done.
Cheers.
But secretly, you're a glober because I can't overcome your arguments.
He's not a glober, but you can think of him as
I
one.
mean, did anyone see that video though? It's the video. The title of it is Nathan Oakley is lying to you. The hyperlink, the video code for YouTube is lowercase w, uppercase I, hyphen, lowercase a, uppercase c, 8, lowercase u, lowercase p,
Sorry, are you
uppercase
spelling out a
n,
hyperlink? you
lowercase
moron?
x, 8.
You're actually
Oh
spelling
my
out
God.
a
Because
hyperlink.
I got no text here, so that's all I can do.
What? Spell out your ad hominem? Wow, well done.
We'll spell out the YouTube hyperlink that shows the quote of Nathan saying, "Perfect globe proof. Don't say this."
And
So right back to the whack rebuttal. That's not a rebuttal. Nice.
yeah, that's not a rebuttal.
Well, I'm just bringing it up because that's why people are. Because I accused Nathan of being.
Just
Well,
because-
Yeah, I was just bringing it up because
Yeah.
that's all I got. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. That's all
when
I
I was
got.
5 years old, I said I wanted to be an astronaut. Yeah, I was always
What's
saying
that?
it. I was always saying I wanted to fly off into space and go and do Star Trek and all that stuff. Does that mean that that's my position right now?
Well, I mean, like
Hello?
if someone took a screenshot of you quoting, or if someone took a screenshot of you saying that something is a perfect globe proof, then that's different. That means that it proves that there's a globe.
You do realize that most optical things that you see at the horizon do look like Earth curve, right?
Probably
That's how they were able to
the Earth
convince
curve.
the sheep that the Earth was curved, because nobody understood it. We have a limit to the human eyes, how far you can see and what you can resonate. You do realize this stuff, don't you?
Well, by resonate you mean resolve, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Resolve.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a fact of life that the atmosphere plays tricks on people's on optics. Last year, before we went into this massive optical research, back when we was doing the Isle of Man, this was before all of that. Before all of that, our argument has advanced since then. You do realize this, don't you?
Well, the fact hasn't changed that Nathan said something is a perfect globe proof, and that's been the easiest measure. Please.
Wiggles, can I ask you a
Please,
question?
please.
Has whatever he said was the perfect globe proof, has that been established as globe proof yet?
No.
It's proof that the Earth isn't flat. Yeah.
No, that's not what he asked.
What's
So,
the proof that
what
Earth
he's
isn't
asking
flat?
you-
What's the proof?
Yeah, that's what he's asking you. So the quote, in context, is about a light being projected out at about 20 miles from memory. Correct?
Oh, right. Okay. So that was with the Fresno light, yeah?
Yeah. We were talking about Fresno Light and how, in context, I wouldn't say this whilst in a private discussion with Anthony, but I was saying, in context, that if they present it, they'll present it as though it's a globe proof. Now, I don't need to paraphrase when I'm private conversation with Anthony that's caught by someone else in a hangout. But if you think that a Fresnel effect at 20 miles from a lighthouse proves a bulge, therefore perfect globe proof, in quotes, then do you want to demonstrate that?
I know exactly what you. I know exactly.
I'm asking
what you
Wiggles.
Mean.
Wiggles, hold on.
Something.
Wiggles has got a quote from me. I want to see if the quote he's got is actually meaningful. Does it mean anything? Is it attached to a absolute slam dunk globe proof or not? Let's see. Wiggles.
I can read out the quote.
We've heard. I know the quote. I'm asking a different question, you dumbo. You don't seem to be able to comprehend words that come out of my mouth. It seems to send your brain into a little twirl. Yeah? I've made it clear. Is the quote actually attached to a globe proof, though? So contextually, it's about a light being projected out, isn't it, Wiggles?
Can you present me, Nathan, please?
Sure.
I'll just present this to the audience, because obviously Wiggles is trying to manipulate what was said, because I remember the argument very clearly. And that was because from St. Bees, recorded was the lighthouse flashing at night time over on the Isle of Man, right? Now that was impossible, absolutely impossible on a globe. And the argument was, are we seeing the light from the actual lighthouse, the source where it leaves the actual, the actual tower, or are we seeing the projected light? Let's say it's traveled 15 miles, it's got a focal length of 15 miles. Let's suppose that light stops at 15 miles. Are we seeing that? Are we seeing the end of the light here, or are we seeing the light from the lighthouse? Which one are we seeing? And
Correct.
That was the argument. We wanted
correct.
to present it as a flat earth proof, saying we are seeing the light at the lighthouse. And you were arguing, saying, well, the globers will come back and say that, well, no, there's a possibility that the light we're seeing is the light as it dissipates at 15 miles away from the tower. That was exactly the argument that was having at that time. And that was what the quote was from.
In essence, if you want to claim that it's a Batman signal sitting on the horizon, they'll claim bulge. Now, in a private conversation, you don't contextualise things like that. You just say them shorthand. Now, I said perfect globe proof, meaning our opponents will present this as a globe proof. That's not me saying it's a globe proof in a private conversation. The understanding between me and Anthony in that private conversation, which somebody who was on the debate captured in a separate box that wasn't being broadcast and then presented it to the public, fine. If he wants to argue that that's perfectly acceptable, I don't care. Because it's not attached to actual globe proof. My contextualisation of it should be sufficient. The thing I want to point out, though, is that this that we've just discussed, from this quote that Wiggles held up, was after he claimed he had a rebuttal to the total lack of drop demonstrated on Ballbusters yesterday. That was claimed by him to be a rebuttal. It isn't. It's just an ad hominem attack on me, as pointed out by me when he brought it up in the first instance. It's not a rebuttal, merely an ad hominem attack.
Well, there's two things going on. For one, I had a specific rebuttal of that, and also I just wanted to bring up that part where he said perfect
Oh,
globe
sorry, my bad. I'm sorry, Wiggles. He had a rebuttal to it. So actually it was just a straw man argument that he was going to build up and then present a rebuttal to that, rather than actually presenting a rebuttal to the total lack of drop that's being demonstrated in Google Earth. He actually wanted to come and attack that straw man of a quote from a year ago, because he's got a rebuttal to that. Haven't you, Wiggles?
Shall I present my rebuttal to the thing on
Straw man?
Ballbusters yesterday?
To the straw man?
Shall I present my rebuttal
You're not listening.
to the thing on
You've just
Ballbusters
presented a
yesterday?
straw man, Wiggles. You've just told us that you've got a rebuttal for that argument, haven't you, Wiggles? That's what you just said. This is another one of those times that it's highly unlikely Wiggles will just agree with the very things he's just claimed. So you have got a rebuttal to that argument that we just discussed with Ramsay.
Oh, the Lighthouse one?
No, the one about the roast chicken.
No, because I want, like, I'm kind of on the side. I'm, like, looking up my notes and stuff. So, like...
Hello? Just say yes! Yes! I've got a rebuttal to this straw man that I claimed was a rebuttal to the lack of drop.
Okay, the Lighthouse.
No,
thing,
just
yeah,
say yes!
the
Are you
Lighthouse
this
projected-
dumb? Just say yes! You've already declared it. I'm just clarifying something. What is it with these people? I'm not asking you to give me £1 million. I'm asking you to say, yes, I have, as just declared, got a rebuttal to this other argument, aka straw man. Just say yes, you Weasley piece of shit.
Oh no, he's not be with the insults, man. That's not.
Yeah. That's another reason
there
why you're a
is.
Weasley piece of shit. Because rather than saying, yeah, I have got a rebuttal to this straw man, we're still deviating off the actual argument with a straw man, but I'm going to go on about how I have got a rebuttal, but it's actually a straw man, and then maybe hint at actually having a rebuttal to the lack of drop.
Okay, so you want a rebuttal to the lack of drop
Oh, gosh.
you're talking about on
You had the whole
Globusters.
last show to put your case up, and you're still carrying it over to this show.
Yeah, because
I
Nathan wouldn't
literally
fucking
went
let me
out for
talk.
almost an hour getting groceries,
Did
and when
you
I
hear I
got
just
back,
lied?
like
He just said-
nothing ever happened.
He
It's
just lied.
exactly
He lied
the
and
same.
laughed. He said, Nathan wouldn't let me talk. I offered him about 20 opportunities to present an actual rebuttal. Listen to what he said when he had hommed the shit out of me, and now he's just a lying sack of garbage. He said I didn't give him an opportunity, and then he laughed when he said his lie.
Give me a chance, I will say the rebuttal.
You just lied. You said I didn't give
Okay.
you an opportunity, and I did. You had
Give
an
me an
entire show,
opportunity
and now
right
he's talking
now,
over me.
and I will say
Now
the
he's talking
rebuttal
over me.
right
The
now.
lying sack of shit. Don't talk over me.
So
What you did. So he
so
immediately,
just
so
do
he
it,
immediately
Wiggles.
talks over me.
Trying to
So
present my
he
rebuttal.
immediately talks over me. You just laughed while you
I need to
lied.
present my rebuttal.
Sorry,
You had
you
your
keep
whole
doing
last
it.
show to
He's not
present
going to
the
let me get this
rebuttal. Now
statement
you
out.
want
What
to
a
present
sack of
the
shit.
rebuttal.
10th man, I'm going to keep this here indefinitely until he allows me. Given that he's just told me I didn't let him at least one opportunity to make this statement without him talking over me. So Wiggles just laughed whilst lying and declaring quite boldly with his little chuckle, because he knows he's lying, that he was not given an opportunity, that the reason the rebuttal hasn't been heard is because I stopped him. Wiggles loves to lie about me and misquote me, and when he does so, he laughs. He is human garbage.
I'm with you. Make
Okay,
him
can I
concede. I got
present
the
the
salt
rebuttal
shaker
now?
here.
Will
I'll
you
pour it
give
on
me a
the
I made a
chance to
special
present
word
the
for
rebuttal
that.
right
It's
now?
called
Yeah,
cut control.
we're way past that. I've just pointed out that you said you weren't given an opportunity to present the rebuttal and lied, saying I had stopped you
Well-
when you had an. Now he's talking over me. Yeah, you're not going to address that. We're on to that specifically. Do I have to take you by the short hairs and get you repeating what I've just declared? You just lied, laughed while you were doing it. We had an entire live show with you coming specifically to offer a rebuttal for what was presented on Ballbusters. At the end of the live show, none was presented. Then in the after show, you said that you'd got a new one. And then we very quickly realised that it was the exact same format as you had presented on the show and had ripped to pieces. So you laughed and lied.
Well, actually, Nathan,
Can I
now
present
that
the rebuttal?
See, he's not going to
I
address
tried
it.
to read it out, and
He's
then
not
you
going to
did
address
cut
it.
me off.
He's
That
not going to
did
address
happen.
it. I'm talking about something else. You had an entire show to do that. No. Now you can't present. Now you
You
can't
do talk
present
a
the
lot in your
rebuttal.
show.
Now I'm stopping you.
I don't think
And
I
you
ever
won't
get a
fucking
20
shut
seconds,
up.
like, a full minute to talk.
Shut up! No, I want you to address why you've just lied. Isn't that made clear by the fact that I repeated it twice with you interrupting me? No, I want you to address why you've just lied. Not say, I want to rebut again, because you haven't done that. You've had an opportunity, and you lied about having an opportunity, laughed while you did so, and I want to know why. Why can't you stop lying about me?
There was an opportunity where I did try to make the rebuttal, but I was cut off in the middle of the first sentence.
What, the first
No,
thing
you
you
weren't.
did, the first thing you did was ridiculous and said that everyone was laughing at us. And you were given a full opportunity to make that statement. It was made in full. Then it was addressed. Then we moved on.
It would take like a minute is all to make the statement right now. Can
But
we just do
you
that?
still haven't.
Let's
Sorry.
check all
So
this.
again, this is claim support. You claimed I didn't give you an opportunity. Then I gave my rebuttal, which is that you were given an opportunity. We all heard you ridicule us, saying about how everybody was laughing. Not a rebuttal, but you were absolutely given an opportunity. Something you laughed about and said you weren't given by me. You lied. So I've now addressed your address, which was to say that no, you weren't given an opportunity. In other words, repeat your claim. So you haven't provided support that demonstrated your lie, that you weren't given an opportunity. You were. I want to know why you keep lying about me. Last time it was misquotes, now it's outright lies, with you laughing as you do it.
Okay, so the rebuttal is this.
No!
A serious, sane
No!
person
Not the
doesn't
rebuttal.
use a...
No,
Look,
no.
here's me not being able to
Yeah,
give an,
yeah, I knew you'd try
we
that
can cut off
cheap
a-
trick, you piece of shit. So when I'm actually saying overtly, no, I've stopped you this time because I want to know why you're lying about him. Me, that is, yeah? I want you to address why you've lied. Not give your rebuttal. You were given an opportunity, then you lied about being given an opportunity, and now you're claiming that this is me stopping you, and I've overtly said I am stopping you to address the lies.
You did last time. I started to read it. I said a serious, sane person doesn't use the 3D
No,
model of the Earth plane versus
Wiggles,
flat.
Wiggles.
And then you
Nathan's
cut me
got
off
it.
exactly like that.
Wiggles,
Last show you
Wiggles.
did.
No, he's just going to play
Wiggles.
martyrdom. He's going to say that he's being
Wiggles.
cut off this time because he won't address what's happening. He
Wiggles,
laughed.
let
We
me
all
just
heard
get-
it.
let-
He now 10th man can't fucking help himself either. So I've been lied about, 10th man, not you. And when he did it, he laughed. He knows he's lied, but he wants to use this opportunity when I stop him from changing the subject, because he's already had an opportunity, the very thing he's lying about. He had his opportunity, and in the very first instance he took it to claim everybody was laughing at us. Ad hominem attack, not a rebuttal. So despite him being given an opportunity, he said he hasn't had that. Now he hasn't addressed it, and he's going to claim that this, me wanting an explanation for why he consistently and constantly lies about me, is me stopping him from giving his rebuttal, which he's had an opportunity to give and has not, and then lied about. That's what I want him to address.
I know that. That's why I was going to say to him, the reason Nathan has his foot on your neck, Wiggles, is because you will
don't.
not.
You're
will
speaking to
not-
air.
Can I finish?
No, you can't. You're speaking to air.
Yeah.
Okay, I
That's
get it.
right.
But the
Wiggles-
reason Nathan's
Wiggles-
got his foot on.
Wiggles went bye-bye.
Oh, you got rid of him. I don't blame you. He's an absolute
Alright.
piece of shit. All he does non-stop is lie. Lie about me, what I've said, misquotes me, makes stuff up that I haven't said. In this instance, claimed that an entire live show that he had to present a rebuttal, and was absolutely given ample opportunity to do so. I hadn't given him an opportunity. Then he laughs while he lies. Outrageous.
It's obvious
So I
he
have
didn't
a-
want to concede that point, and you weren't going to let him move on until he did, which was the proper thing to do. But he is so rude, and he lies all the time. So it was good for you to put your foot on his neck and keep him on it, and he wasn't even getting it.
The behaviour we've been getting from Globers is disgusting. Of recent times, because they're losing so badly, so they have to overtly lie and just make stuff up that we haven't said. Twist what we say, lie about what we say. That's Wiggles' MO now. Just lie overtly.
Yeah, they throw tantrums.
Do you want to discuss that?
That's
Lighthouse
right.
conversation, Nath, or are you not bothered?
Baller tears go well in my coffee.
I don't
So,
mind
I
discussing
don't mind.
that. I don't mind discussing that Lighthouse. It gets us back on flat Earth. And I want to get back on the drop we don't see.
I have a rebuttal.
For what?
I have a rebuttal for the whole thing that you're gonna. You know how you had that model yesterday?
Okay, well, if Ranty can go first, as I've literally just said this to him, then fine. Go ahead afterwards. Go ahead, Ranty.
Okay.
You're on.
Yeah, so I remember this very clearly at the time, because when I saw the footage, I was blown away, because you guys were filming the 3 flashes of the Ramsay Lighthouse from 31.5 miles away. Your location was down at the bottom of this hill, not far from these caravans on this patch here. And this is only like 9 meters above sea level. I remember, you know, the argument was specifically that we were seeing more gold lighthouse flashing, and its focal light is 213 foot above sea level. But Earth to Earth curve should have been over 300 feet. So there should have been obstruction. You shouldn't have seen this light. And I remember specifically the argument was, and I've just done a little diagram here. Obviously, this is the lighthouse. This is the light that it's flashing out to 15 miles. This is you here, let's just say, trying to observe it. And the argument at the time was, let's throw this out to the audience. Were you seeing the light from the actual tower, or were you seeing the light as it ended up here? That was the argument. And I remember it specifically because you were saying the Globers will claim this as a perfect globe Earth proof and say that this is where the Fresno light ends and this is what we're seeing. And me and Anthony were both saying, no, that doesn't appear to be correct. It appears that we're seeing it from its source. And that was the whole thing. So that's just clearing that up.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's farcical to suggest that we're seeing a Batman signal, which is essentially what I was saying when I made that screen capped quote. That's what it's describing. In Muppet vision, you're seeing the side profile of a Batman signal. Well, I don't think that would be the case. You know, regardless of Muppet vision, you just see a light and where it comes from. Yeah. Obviously, we saw it. You know, so obviously, if you're doing it in, let me just get a circle. Obviously, so this is what we saw. We saw this circular flash 3 times, and the argument was, you know, are you seeing the light like the Batman signal, or were you seeing it from the actual tower? You know, and because it was at night time, and you know, it was one of them. You could throw it out as a flat Earth proof, but if you did, it was just equally as argumentative that the Globers would say that what you're actually seeing is the wide Fresno lens here, this part, so you're only seeing it at, 16 miles away, so it's perfect globe Earth proof. Right, at the time, just to round that out, so in Wikipedia, it said that the projected distance that light could reach was 20 miles, I believe. And Anthony edited it. He was like, no, it's not, it's 31. We've seen it from 31, which we had. And he got banned from Wiki.
Well, we've got the footage though, so it's all good.
He's there.
I don't have it, but Tony has.
He's actually on the panel, so I don't know if he's listening to this. We'll find out.
Oh,
Hey, Nathan, they say we could see the light from Polaris 2 quadrillion miles away.
We just see the projection of it like a Batman signal. Anyway, I tell everyone else off for not playing devil's advocate and sarcasm, and I've just done it. I'm really sorry. The Earth is flat. Lights are just lights.
I have a little funny addition that happened yesterday.
Before you do, Planar Walk's got a rebuttal.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Planar Walk.
I present my rebuttal now.
How far is that lighthouse again?
31.5 miles away.
I'm sorry, one more time?
31.5h miles.
You're cutting out 31 or 21?
I thought it, no.
31.5.
Thank you.
5.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
So, Nathan, I've got a question for you. Can we both agree that direction is relative? So if I'm, you know, let's just say that we're on a ball, right? This is not.
No.
What?
Here we go.
Almost got us there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just everyone, stop rumpusing. Stop rumpusing. Stop rumpusing. Can everyone be quiet? Right, now, let's take this very calmly. Who on the panel wants to point out Planar Walk's problem? First to say yes gets
Okay,
it.
I know my problem here.
Not you. Who wants to point out your hold on, he's got a comprehension issue. When I say, phrased as thus, who wants to point out Planar Walk's problem, that implies that you don't answer.
Can I answer?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, right. We've got a winner. Arwin, go ahead.
Yay. Well, I kind of spoiled it already, but yeah, you basically started out an explanation and then suddenly tried to quickly shove in a presupposition of a globe in there. Like we wouldn't notice. It was kind of funny.
It was laughable.
Yeah. Yeah, I have worked out a better way to explain my point.
Can you do it without begging the question, please?
Okay, so if I have a force acting upon me on a different direction to what is normally considered down, so just say I'm in something that's rotating, which is applying a centrifugal force.
Sorry,
I would consider
stop.
up to be.
No, we're not going to assume gravity. We're not going to assume gravity. What the fuck is your
problem? No, I'm not
problem?
assuming gravity here.
Oh, no, rotating Earth.
I'm saying that if I was
to supposing that we were spinning.
No, I wasn't actually presupposing that we're spinning. I'm just saying that if
Okay,
I was
sorry,
in-
dude. First we
presupposing
caught you
Narnia.
smuggling an R in there, and now you're smuggling a G in there. So what's next?
Not only that, but he smuggled in a direction that doesn't exist in our world. He smuggled in a direction from Narnia. The very first thing he said.
Can you let me finish my point?
I
and
don't
then
know
I'll-
about that one.
Oh,
but-
hold on, I didn't catch that. Explain that to me, Travis. So he got us
He
to.
said,
he got
he
us.
said, let's say I'm in a place where the direction down isn't the same for you as it is for me. That's the very
Right.
first thing he said.
I didn't catch that, you beautiful bastard, Travis. So essentially, you got me to concede that direction is relative only to
Yeah,
them.
I was waiting for you, but I'm just like, I'm not.
I didn't catch it. Yeah, I'm not fallible. I'm fallible, man. What do you want? That's why you're here, Travis. Well
Oh,
done.
there you go.
Okay, this is
Can you
customs.
let me
Do you
actually
have
finish
any
my point?
R or G
Look,
to
look,
report in
Planarwalk,
your
right?
argument
What's
before
happening
we
here
proceed?
is you've come in and totally embarrassed yourself, and now we're discussing you while you're here. We don't even have enough respect for you to involve you in the conversation. Just accept that we're going to humiliate you and talk about how stupid you have been. You just have to accept that, I'm afraid.
Well, if you let me finish my point, I'll actually be able to
Well, you begged the
explain
question
exactly
twice.
what I'm
Well,
trying to
what
explain.
point? Well, you failed twice. You begged the question twice immediately. I think that is possibly the quickest anybody's begged the question. And then to follow it up, you begged the question again immediately afterwards. That is a record, Planarwalk. A record.
So the second time I wasn't begging the question, you just didn't let me finish.
Oh, wow. Now he's retarded. So, Arwin, maybe you want to take him by the hand and explain how he begged the question the second time. He's already begged R. Now he doesn't think he's begged G.
Well, sorry, I got, yeah, this is like customs, and we specifically told you not to beg the question, not to drag R or G in there. First, we caught you with an R, and then you proceeded to try to smuggle in a G with presupposing.
No, you just
perhaps-
assumed
Oh,
that I was trying to smuggle in a
second
G.
time.
You need to stop globe smuggling. Arwin will find you.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a
Okay, let
special.
him finish his
We got an
point.
R win.
Okay, we're being very
We got
mean.
an R and G scanner.
Okay, let him finish his point. Planar walk, very slowly this time, right? And as soon as you beg the question, we're going to stop you and say fallacy and then let you continue, okay?
Okay. So we agree that up is relative to the direction that there's a force acting on you. So if you if there's a force, it can be density, it can be buoyancy.
Don't beg the question.
What force?
I got you.
Who agreed to that?
I had John
Are we in the
first.
water?
Sorry, hold on. John caught it first. Go ahead, John. This is good fun.
Kid, this is hilarious. You said it was a force down from up. So you're begging the question of a force down. Can you prove the force down?
Well, things
in the water.
things fall downwards, so
Things fall
there is,
down, go
like,
boom,
Bingo.
a force
Right,
there.
so things go down.
Sensitive.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Right,
no. Things fall
We got
down,
a
go
mic
boom, boom.
dropper.
Let's not the rumpus sing into you. Right, we've caught him. Ding, ding, ding. Right, on we go. This is a fun game. I like you, Planarwalk.
Just
So-
say
Right.
bottom line.
No, we're gonna have to check your.
Let him go. Let him go. Next fallacy. You've just got to go ding, okay, and then you get to tell him why it's fallacy. Let's
Can
go.
somebody write these? I'm
So-
sorry. Can somebody write these down before he starts again?
Yes. We got a.
So if I'm-
an R.
Hold on.
Hold on a
Sorry,
second,
there's a bit
Planar
of
One.
administration. So Arwin's written it down so far. We've got begged. Which order was it? R,
R,
then G.
G,
We've got
and F.
perfect.
Go.
So if I'm in a thing constructed that spins me around and it changes my perception of what up is, right? So this would
Okay, wait a
apply
second.
the
Stop.
centrifugal
You're
force to me.
spinning. How? Wait a second. Now I told you that's what he did the last time. He's now spinning.
I'm not spinning on the globe though. It's in a
Ding, ding,
man-made
ding, ding,
machine.
ding. What do you mean on the globe? What do you mean on the globe?
I'm saying that I'm not spinning on the globe. I'm spinning
Yeah.
in a
That's
man-made
your fallacies,
machine.
sunshine. So that statement means that you're on a globe already, aren't you? We're already on a
No.
globe.
So we
It
got
could be
an
on a
S
flat
now.
Earth.
as
Sorry. So now we've got ding, ding, ding. That's a false dichotomy. False dichotomy. So don't try and move on from my rebuttal to your nonsense by giving us another bit of nonsense. It's too much too quick. So We'll lose track of the fallacies if you pile them on too fast.
No, I'll keep track. We got an R, a G, an F, and now an S.
What was the S?
Spinning!
Spinning! Yes, of course. So you said on a globe. I might not be spinning on a globe. So you begged the question. So we've got the spinning, then we've got back to another use of R. Wicked.
You just heard the word spinning and you assumed that I was talking about a globe. I'm not talking about a globe. I'm talking about a man-made
sorry.
machine that was spinning.
Hold on, I've got to clear it up for him. He's forgotten where he is. The title of the show is Flat Earth Debate. You are here in the negative. You're fighting that position. Do you understand where you are now? Did you drop acid and forget where you were?
I remember where I am.
Excellent. Ding ding, and on with What's My Fallacy? Let's go.
So
are we in a gravitron machine now, or I'm not sure.
So I'm just saying that if I'm in a machine which is spinning me and I'm feeling the effect of a centrifugal force, I would have a different perception of what up is to someone that might be, just say, outside of that machine, right?
That's difficult, though.
No, I would say no.
Doesn't entirely work.
But what's the name of that
mean
machine?
like a gravitron or something? You ever went on that
Is that the
ride
machine
that
we could
spins
study?
you around and sticks you to the wall with the centrifugal force?
But it's never going to be a
That's
perfect tube.
exactly
It's
the
always
type
gonna
of thing I'm
Well,
talking
what
about.
he's saying is the people outside of that ride have a different up than the people inside that ride?
No. Listen, no.
No presupposition of gravity for that gravitron?
Yeah, I've tried it once. It's much harder to actually walk in such circumstances than actual just normal
No,
stationary
listen,
circumstances.
stop.
So it's not the
Let
same.
Let Travis go. Go ahead, Travis.
Is saying that when you're on the gravitron, you won't know which direction up is when you're spinning.
No.
That's his claim.
Yeah, it still doesn't make sense.
And that,
Well, my experience proves the
Absolutely correct.
contrary.
that is my
I would
point.
say every single,
Because
Alright.
up is
every single
relative.
time
No
I was
worries.
on the
Okay,
gravitron, I knew what up was.
We'll accept what he's saying and we'll just move on. Fine. But obviously,
Okay,
you said it's not.
so this allows me.
It's not going to be a presupposition that Earth's spinning, of course. So, how do you want to link this back to the drop demonstrated in Ballbusters? Are we going to get there ever?
Yep, I was just about to get on to my next point. So the next part was about your definition of level. And we, when it comes to height, right, because that was one thing, the height above something like the sea was one definition of level. If it's the same height, then it's level, right? And so height requires a directionality or it needs to be above something. One of the definitions of height is above sea level. So sea level can be on anything, really. It can be on a wavy planet if you want, on a spherical planet, on a flat planet.
Sorry. Yeah, well, I was with you all the way up to you saying that level could be on a planet, because that's just basically saying that you're gonna declare that level means curved, correct?
Yeah, he said wavy planet, just to be specific.
Yeah, we've got waves. That's okay. I'm cool with that.
A wavy planet.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
What we've got, I would say, but minus the planet bit. The bit I take issue with isn't wavy. We've got waves. They're on screen right now. I'm cool with that.
Saying about this is, regardless of what shape the planet is, we can have level, right?
Yeah, we do. We do have level. It's flat.
Wow. The definition.
That's
No,
awesome.
Hold on. Was that a rebuttal? Because this is where Wiggles went. That's our argument, right? Yeah, it is level, measurably level, not showing any drop. This is not a rebuttal. You're actually supporting our argument.
I haven't finished my rebuttal.
It's not a rebuttal. So far, we've got nothing. What do you mean? Okay, hold on. He doesn't recognise what's just happened. So far, you think that you're doing well. I get it. You're dumb. We've picked out about 5 logical fallacies so far. Do you think that by the end of this that you're going to have a win on your hands? My friend, it's been absolutely ripped to pieces before the end of the example. So, I mean, feel free. We can carry on with What's My Fallacy if you like.
Yeah, we got an
Yeah, if you
R,
want
a
to.
P, an F, an S, and now a P.
What was the P? Planet. Of course, yes,
Planet.
wicked.
No, wavy planet.
Planet. It's that planet.
What's wrong? Hold on, I've got to have this out with John. I've got him on screen constantly. What's wrong with wavy? It is
No, wavy planet.
Yeah, you
planet.
said wavy
I've
planet.
got an issue with the planet bit because that's obviously presuppositional spherical planet.
Sure.
Yes, exactly.
But the wavy bit, what's wrong with wavy?
Well,
elevations around the planet.
Okay, the
Wait.
reason why I said wavy was I meant that it could be a sort of an infinite thing where it goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Like,
Yeah, I knew that. John knew
You see
that,
what
but
I'm
I
going-
wanted... John, just let me revel in this, right? I knew that and you knew that. I knew what he meant, but I wanted him to actually say it. So, yeah, what he means is, like a level line, but going up and down, up and down, up and down, wavy planet. Yeah, I knew what he meant, John. I just wanted him to say it.
Carry on.
so,
A wavy planet sounds
so
like that
my last
planet
point is,
from
do
Interstellar.
you know what elevation
remember?
means?
A wavy planet. Sorry.
Getting rumpus by Arwen a little bit.
Planarwalk, can you just tell us where the hell the drop is?
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
nice.
do you know what elevation means?
Yeah.
He's just going to assert it's from the center of the earth, and that's why it's always even. He's going to do the exact same thing that Wiggles did.
Well, I can pull up the definition of elevation if you'd like.
We can't wait.
From the ground, yes.
You already talked about drop. Why
But
don't you
is
go
that
with the
in an
drop?
attempt to relativize it? Basically?
Yeah, dig your grave.
Is
So-
that it again?
Talk about the drop. Talk about the drop.
Elevation is the or height above a given level, especially sea level. So, if sea level is constant everywhere around the if sea level is constant everywhere,
Hold on, sorry. What did you say? I'm sure I heard the word. Did I hear around?
He was about
That's
to
why I
get
restated my
something out of his
position.
pocket, but he put it back.
You chuckle, but this is the 7th time you've begged the question. You realise that, right?
I think he gets it.
well, I'm
I
trying
wanna-
to
just-
avoid begging the question, which on this show seems to be very difficult.
You don't get it. You haven't. You say, like, I'm really struggling, like you're on a little tightrope and you're still nearly getting to the end. Mate, by now, you'd be on the circus ring floor splatted, right? But you seem to think you're still on the tightrope. Your corpse is dead and your spirit is walking the rope. You're like the guy in The Sixth Sense that doesn't realise it.
Well, you keep on
Planet-
saying that I'm committing
You heard what you
fallacies
just
where
said,
there are
right?
none.
You just said that you're trying not to beg the question, which on this show is hard to do. You realize why that's hard to do?
Because you call everything out, even if it isn't actually a fallacy.
Oh, really? Can you support that baseless assertion, Drivel?
Well,
That's another fallacy.
That's okay. To support that, in order to support that, when we
It's
call out
fallacy.
when we call out the begging the question fallacy, whether you assume your outcome, in this case, sphere Earth, to say that it's not, and that we're incorrect, which it's not, it's a baseless assertion, as John pointed out already, but thankfully I can dust past that. What is your scientific evidence for your spinning ball religion?
Well, I was actually talking to someone earlier today and about seismic waves, which is actually a pretty good evidence for the globe.
Conspiracy cats is seismic waves. Really? Do we want
Actually, I
to do
wasn't-
this? Hold on a second.
I was talking to someone who's a seismologist.
Oh, wow. Impressive. You know that seismology is not science, right?
Yeah, look how accurate they were. with the
well,
coal.
why
That's
not?
okay. That's okay. Let him go. Let him go. Go ahead.
Seismologies, yeah. Well,
The seismology charts have been updating on a rapid phase, constantly changing in the last
I want him to
15 years
just.
or so.
He was asked for his scientific evidence. He's talked about seismology. I just want him to say, yeah, I understand this isn't science. Just once.
Okay, why isn't it science?
Oh, wow,
Oh,
that's out of left field. So you don't appreciate that it's not science. Oh. What
Well,
do
if you can
what do
explain
you
why
mean-
it's not science, I might consider
Okay.
why
we
it
can
isn't
do it.
science. So.
My screen share, Nathan, whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Yeah, ready when you are.
Yep. Tell me when it's up.
Up now.
Seismology. Natural phenomena observed, please.
Be the natural phenomenon would be the ground shaking.
Ground shaking. All right, you realize that is your dependent variable, correct?
Not necessarily. It'd just be the...
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. That's why you didn't realise that seismology wasn't science, because it's now abundantly clear that you don't know what science is.
Oh, you mean the dependent variable? Yeah, I can actually say that the dependent variable would be the level of ground shaking, or the level of waves detected.
Okay, so that would be a yes.
Yeah, so I thought he said independent variable.
Fair enough. I take it all back. My bad. I'll stop the ridicule.
All right, ground shaking is your effect. What is the cause? In other words, what is the independent variable of ground shaking?
So the cause wouldn't be the independent variable in this case. The independent variable would be your location on Earth.
Sorry, can you just...
Go ahead.
Yeah, so you're saying, in this instance, the bit which we vary and manipulate to cause the effect won't be the thing that we independently vary and manipulate to cause the effect. That's
you do
sorry,
realise
I hadn't
that
quite
we
got
don't
there
always
playing a walk. Just hold your tongue, son. Yeah. So because you can't vary and manipulate that which you presume causes the effect, the thing that you understand, the independent variable, that means it's not science. That didn't take long. So do you understand now? I hadn't quite finished. I was just about to ask a question. Just going to ask you if you now understand that seismology is not science. Because if you don't, we can repeat it slower.
So you will produce an effect, right? And you can say that changing the independent variable in this case will cause a change in the dependent variable. And I'm completely fine with if we want to quote it like that. What I'm not saying is that what I'm not okay with saying is that the independent variable, which in this case would be location, causes ground shaking. Because that's
location's
no one
not
would
a
have
cause, you stupid idiot. You think location is a cause?
Well, changing your location will cause a change in the amount of ground shake you experience.
So you think if I vary and manipulate location, I will cause an earthquake? Yeah.
You'll cause
just
the amount
of hold your tongue. Shut up, you stupid boy.
Reduced.
Shut up! Look, you stupid boy. Seismology is not science. That's not a question. That's a statement of fact. Now you, the retard here, doesn't have to accept that. Just know, the audience I'm talking, not you playing a walk, that this retard doesn't understand it. Yeah, we get it. You don't know. That's why when asked for scientific evidence, you offered up seismology, something that's not science. You don't have to like it. I don't want to hear any more about how you think it is. It isn't. Do you get it?
Okay, how about you explain why we experience earthquakes then?
Who gives a crap? This was your example! I asked you for scientific evidence of your fundamentalist religious belief in a sphere Earth, and you offered this up. Now you want me to make your example for you? Oh my God, the audacity of this arrogant little millennial prick. You think I'm going to give you your argument for you, you lazy little sod?
Well, I gave you my argument, and
no, you didn't. You
did
not give me an argument. I asked you for scientific evidence. You did not give it. Don't play the Wiggles game here, claiming that you've actually made an argument when you've been obliterated. No, Sunshine. It's not science. Do you want to repeat that? Say after me, Sunshine. Seismology is not science.
Location causes ground shaking. That's where we're at right now.
You realise how stupid that sounds?
So a change
That's
in
not the
location
question.
causes
Do
a change
you realise how stupid that sounds? These are your words. being read back to you. Do you appreciate how stupid location causes ground shaking is?
Well, I can make anything sound retarded. Like
those are your words.
I can make.
So that was the plan to
I'll
sound
just agree with
retarded?
him. Yes, I would agree. Planarwalk can make basically anything sound retarded. Yeah, I agree.
Hey,
It's
his
not a
last
skill
statement
to make
was a change in
location causes ground shaking
change
retarded.
in ground shaking. That was his last one. This one right
Yeah,
here.
that's
A change in location causes change in ground shaking.
My God.
Are you
Or
retarded?
in measured ground shaking. Measured. That would
No,
probably be a better
that
way to.
changes everything. Just when I thought you couldn't be any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself.
Maybe you'd like to ask. Maybe you'd like to ask me again, Planarwalk. Maybe do you want to ask me to make your argument for you? You lazy little sod.
So if we say a change in location causes a change in measured ground shaking, that is a perfectly reasonable thing to say, wouldn't it?
Oh my God. Do you want to repeat that?
What's wrong with that?
Say it again. Listen to your own words as you say them. Rather than me repeating it back, you repeat it.
I wrote it.
So what's wrong with a change in location causes a change in measured ground shaking?
Okay, let's do a little
Who
test.
are you,
Hold on.
King
Oh,
Kong?
let's test it. Let's test it. Let's test this hypothesis. Right. Okay. I want you to right now, Planarwalk, move 4 inches to the right. Have you done it? Did your change in location cause ground shaking?
Not necessarily, but we need to wait for an
no.
earthquake
It's
to
not.
actually happen.
No. Did it or didn't it? Did you cause an earthquake or not, Sunshine?
Well, my wording doesn't say that I've got to cause an earthquake. It just
I'll
says
just read
that
it back
a change
to
in
you.
location
I'll just read it back to
causes
you.
a change in ground shaking we
Location
measure.
causes ground shaking, or a change in location causes a change in measured ground shaking. So, I'll ask again. Let's see if he's got any humility. Wiggles didn't, but he's probably no different. So let's see if that's true. Did you cause ground shaking when you changed location? Planarwalk.
That's not necessary. You're taking my words and you're not really understanding.
It's just a yes.
the
It was
context
a
of it.
closed question. Do you not understand the difference between an open and a closed question? That required a yes or a no. Either you did. This is like scientific. When you ask a closed question, you can get a yes or no answer. It's empirical. Either yes, you did cause earthquakes, or no, you're just fucking retarded.
So if I'm
retarded,
if I'm in a different space when an earthquake
did you cause?
happens,
You
if
haven't
I'm in a
answered
different,
yet. We still haven't got an
place
answer.
to-
Anybody else experienced the earthquake that he might have caused? We don't know if he caused it yet. You haven't answered. Did you cause?
Yeah, I'm a fat ass. I
ground
cause earthquakes when I
shaking?
move all the
You're
time.
talking over me. You don't want to answer, but
bring
you
up
want to talk
cracking
over me
the-
when I ask you
cracking
again.
the-
I'll ask it as many times as you like, Planarwalk. Did you cause an earthquake, mate? Yes or no?
I didn't cause an earthquake.
Okay,
but
so
missing the
is it
point.
reasonable to suppose, as a presumed cause, location?
Well, if an earthquake happens and I change,
That's not what I
just
asked.
say an
Try
earthquake
and pay
happens
attention,
and
son. I realise that normally you're just allowed by the idiots that you associate with to just spout bollocks rather than actually answering a question. Yeah? Is it reasonable?
So if
I'm asking the question again because you obfuscated it and talked over it. So shut your mouth. You obfuscate again, you little prick. No need. Just listen to the question and try to answer it. Is it reasonable to suppose location as an independent variable?
Did I think you cut out there?
Is it reasonable to suppose location as an independent variable?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Planarwalk, are you serious,
So-
bro? That's funny. Come on, man.
So if I'm on the it's the epicenter of the earthquake, and when an earthquake happened, and then there's someone who's 10 kilometers away, will the person 10 kilometers away not experience less ground shaking?
You're not getting caused.
That
though.
person
You're not finding
caused the
cause.
ground
All you're
shaking?
doing is getting measurements.
He
So you
doesn't
don't know the
understand
cause of those
cause.
measurements. All you were doing is getting a difference in measurements, man.
Yeah, but you can derive like the epicenter of the epicenter of the earthquake from those measurements, and that would
Planarwalk,
give you.
we're asking for
Earthquake.
the cause,
That's the
man.
problem.
You're telling
How do you know it's not a
people
bomb
that
going
you're
off? How do you know it's
moving a
not a bomb going
location. My bad.
It's okay.
How do you know what
I'll
the
get my
cause
breath
is?
back from laughing and see if I can't do it. Just laugh at him.
So
Wait, what if another earthquake never happens? When you got an experiment is not when you're waiting for something to happen. If I told you, yeah, I got this experiment I'm going to do, and you're like, what is it? Well, I just got to wait for the sky to turn green, and then I'm going to see if water will reflect. You'd be like, what the hell are you doing? You can't just wait for something to observe and call it an experiment. That's not what you're doing. You're just observing an event and measuring putting devices around the world and getting measurements. You have, to be honest, you don't even know if the earth shaking is the cause of those measurements. It could be a radioactive wave that is caused by the earth shaking. So you're dead in the water, man.
Oh, I'm going to try and round this live show out. Hopefully I'll be able to keep my composure just about. So with that, I will say, first and foremost, a huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of you who have been watching in the Nathan Oakley 1980 live stream for tuning in, smashing the super chat, liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. If you're watching this on the Nathan Oakley premiering stream, then stay tuned. There'll be an after show to follow.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!